Hey y'all, I'm gonna do a re-review right now. I had the first ever batch of Nothing Gold, Bissell Brothers' other double IPA. That was over 2 years ago, and I got this batch, and I haven't had many cans of it yet, but I wasn't sure if it's as good as the first batch was. I watched my old review and I was like, yeah, it's pretty similar, but I thought I should dive in a review. So this is the batch from September 21st, 2018. I don't believe anything's really changed on the website about the recipe of this beer. It's still Amarillo, Citra, Equinaut. They use two-row, but also some malted wheat and flaked oats, a little honey malt, 8.2% alcohol. So this one is now 9 plus. This is, I guess, just under 2 weeks old. So, very fresh. Let's see if it's still kicking. I don't think it's as hazy as it was the first time around. But I mean, of course, that is a very hazy beer. The first time around, it was a little bit darker like this. It wasn't like Swish or some of their other beers at Bissell that are like super duper pale. This has a little bit of a deep golden orange thing going on. In the middle, it gets a little darker, but it's not quite murky. It's not turning like grayish brown in there. Head looks really nice. Yep, really good looking New England double IPA. That's a pretty nice aroma. Yeah, it's got all the fruity candy notes that you expect from Citra. Amarillo's bringing in some nice pungent orange oil and that characteristic green fresh hop pellet sort of thing. Oh yeah, if you breathe really hard, there's definitely some very peachy, pineapple-y, juicy notes that smells like a tropical fruit cocktail. And then the Equinox is bringing in a little bit of an incensey note. It isn't crazy, oniony, cedary, woodsy Equinox, but it's a little woodsy. Yeah, I feel like the first batch was just maybe a little more potent. I remember it being really, like, actually smelling like incense a little bit. Pretty good mouthfeel. Isn't super thick either. I think the first batch may have been a little bit fuller. It still has plenty of body to it. And I feel like the flavor at first is really, really orange forward, very, very orange juicy. Thanks to the Amarillo. I think Amarillo I always find to be really, really orangey, and then with some of that, straight up hop green myrcene in there. And the combination of Citra and Amarillo just makes it like I'm drinking a fruit cocktail. I guess I said there were some tropical stone fruit aromas, but on the tongue it has that, but it's really almost creamsicle, a little bit too spicy and incensey, or should I say like a savory spice to be creamsicle rather than a like vanilla-like spice that's more of a sweet spice. Yeah, I'm getting some more almost piney notes, but a little bit woodsy on the tongue too, but lots of great orange. And the body is medium, not super soft or fluffy exactly, but it does have a juicy weight to it. And there's a good amount of sweetness, but it has bite, a little bit of a bitter bite, not too much of a throat burn sort of thing. No unpleasant chalkiness on the tongue, or like overly minerally like gypsum flavor or anything like that. Yeah, if you really want orange juice forward beers, this is the one to go with. This is getting some more bitterness that's kind of morphing it into more of a grapefruit now. Yeah, there's a good amount of bitterness in this, which is nice, because it's definitely sweet but not syrupy, and the bitterness makes it palatable. But I did have, some sips of this after it was sitting out for an hour, and it was not very pleasant, but most beers, after you've been drinking them for an hour, they're a little bit warm and flat. It's heating up the back of my throat, but I'm not noticing any booze flavors or aromas. Yeah, that's a really, really nice New England juice bomb. I feel like it harkens back maybe a little bit to the really early New England style stuff before Mosaic and New Zealand hops and Australian hops were kind of on the scene as much with the Citra and the Amarillo. It really is Amarillo forward, I would say. So it doesn't have the tropical juice bomb characteristics that a lot of people love in their beers these days, especially Bissell's other double IPA Swish. That one has higher ratings, and I also, didn't have to wait in a line. There was literally no line at all on a Saturday to get this beer. But last January, when I got Swish, I had to wait about 30 minutes, but that was also a Saturday, but it was in January when it was really cold. But people still go out for that beer. Yeah, I don't know if I like this quite as much as Swish, but it hasn't degraded a whole bunch since the first batch. They've tweaked it and probably figured out how to get lots of nice flavor without so much haze that it can, take it to a savory, chalky area. But yeah, this beer, I would still say 4.25 at least. It's very well made. I think they're releasing one more batch of this year before they switch to Swish season. But I'm pretty happy I still have 7 more cans of this to drink, and it's holding up really well. I mean, at 2 weeks, maybe it's a little bit more palatable, but it's going to be fun drinking it over the next month or so, finishing my cans. But really, very nice beer. I rarely have bad things to say about Bissell Brothers. One of my faves. Bye.